All right, guys, if you guys have not tried out the PrizePicks app by now, I don't know what the hell you're doing. You got to download it right now. You guys know me. I love firing on sports. I've been firing on sports for time, and I have tried every single app out there, trust me. And I personally just think PrizePicks is the best. I can't watch a game without firing on PrizePicks. It just makes it so much more fun because instead of just choosing teams, you're choosing individual players. Each player has a set projection, and then it's either up to you to go more or less than that set projection. Get a bunch of players. The more you use, the more it's going to multiply. If you guys have never tried the app, we got you guys on code NELK. If you use that code and put in $5, you're going to get $50 for free. No strings attached. It's that simple. So take advantage of code NELK. Also, boys, it's March. College basketball is going absolutely crazy right now. This is one of my favorite times to fire on PrizePicks. Download it right now. DM me your picks for March and college basketball as well. I'm going to be looking for some good picks all month. Use code NELK. Shout out the PrizePicks app. Best firing on sports app in the game. Let's get into the pod.
Think I should go with these shades or without them?
I'd say with.
You think them?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Little sophistication.
Finally, somebody that's not a sex trafficker on here, huh?
I know, right? Not that we know of.
Yo no sé. When the government asks me about that kind of shit, yo no sé. Venezuela.
You met the Tates. What did you think of them?
I say, look, send me back to Venezuela. That's what I say. If they come at me for some shit, I say, send me back to Venezuela. My son, my wife. Dude, it's funny if you talk to somebody who's like from a Spanish country and you don't know any Spanish right now, and they're trying to say something to you. They're like, my son, my wife. And you're like, okay, I don't know what to do, you know?
Yeah, no.
Like,
you can't just say my son and expect me to like know what you're saying.
I think they're just trying to get you to understand that they have a family or something, you know? But there's sometimes, I'm thinking about like if you meet somebody at a gas station that speaks Spanish and they're, you know, sometimes they're lying to you. They say their car is broken or whatever. My son, my wife. Anyway.
Like having a son is not a pass to just get away with anything you want, though, right? You know what I'm saying?
If you want $5 or $10, ask me for that. But don't.
Yeah, you can't just say my son.
Don't create this fictional world where there's a trapped family somewhere. Because then I drive off. Yeah, I give you $5 or $10, but then I drive off and now I'm worried about this group or something. You know?
Is that like Latins, Latinos in general, or is that just?
I don't know. Mexicans? And you know, I think I'm probably hastily generalizing here, but anyway. Have we started? Should we start over?
Yeah, no. This is pretty much it. We got big Theo on the pod for the second time. We've been a lot of the same places recently. We've been trying to do this. You've been busy with your movie.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. We made our own movie, man. So
is it done? It's
done being taped, and then we have to put it together. So it's a mix of So it's not done. Yeah,
it's not done.
Dude. Yeah, it was just crazy. It's like it's a lot of work. I understand why people say like when they talk about movies, they're like it was hard to get this thing completed or something. You know, because you realize, like, man, so many little things have to fall into place.
A lot of hurdles.
Yeah, just things come up. Somebody has pink eye or whatever. Somebody's been eating ass at night or whatever, you know, when they show up and they can't even see, you know.
Yeah.
But they're supposed to be looking over a ridge and, like, you know, that's part of they're like a lookout on a boat or something for that day. And you got some guy.
And he has fucking pink eye.
Yeah, some guy in both eyes. I'm like, dude, at least wear an eye patch when you're eating ass.
Who was that, the Diaz brothers or no?
No, that wasn't the Diaz brothers. But anyway, I'm on like 100 different things to say. My son, my wife. I'm like, I feel like I'm doing like I'm having like 7 different conversations right now. Sorry.
What else can you tell us about the movie? Because I'm interested in it. I can't wait to see it.
I guess there's 2 parts of it. One was like the business part of it. It was like, you know, we tried to send the script around. Nobody wanted to make the movie. And so we're like, well, let's just make it ourselves. You know, we'd already spent so much time writing it and talking about it. At some point that gets weird. It's like you've talked about something so much that you're like, shit, now I have to do it.
You actually have to do it.
Yeah. Which I think is what they should do with those stolen valor guys when they bust those dudes at the mall or whatever. And they should make them, they should have to enlist then, you know? But yeah, I felt like we were kind of creating stolen valor by saying that we had written a movie. But yeah, it was me and David Spade, and that was amazing just because it's him, you know? It's like...
He's a legend.
Yeah, he is. And he had just done so many, like, you know, he's just so funny and... I just thought if I look back on my life, would I be like, damn, that would have been something that I would have missed out on. And yeah, I felt like I made the right choice. But yeah, we're gonna try to put it out ourselves. It's getting edited right now, and then we'll get to look at it, and then we get to help do an edit ourselves if we want to. And so,
where's the dream spot for it to air?
I can't tell. It's like you don't even know in 6 months. Like
things are just popping up all over the place now too, right? Like now Peacock's got their own thing, or fucking like
Yeah.
I don't know what's on Hulu
Dude,
anymore.
I saw a thing the other day on TikTok. Some kid, you press a button, he's laying in his bed watching TV on the ceiling of his room.
Yeah.
Just some little thing. It's a little cube and it plays movies on his ceiling or whatever. So I don't, I think you got to sneak into people's dreams and fucking show it to them now.
That's probably the next step.
Yeah, dude. I'm talking
That's
about,
probably the next step. Well, I'm sure it's going to be huge when it comes out. I can't wait to see that.
Look, I don't know if I love the acting part. I did love like thinking up lines and sharing those and like, because like you'd have like the set, it's all right there so you can sneak over and tell the actor like, hey, try it like this.
So you were like directing as well.
I was helping. We had a really great director, this young guy named Jonah Feingold, but we were all kind of working together. It was like, because we paid for it. So it's like, it's
your money.
Yeah, you got to also be involved, or at least trying to help create what you want. But everybody was super helpful. And I don't know, man. It's hard. It's like some things you do a podcast, you're like, I kind of know how it went. This, you do it out of order.
Well, I think you're just very critical. Like you like to have a good product no matter what you do. I've noticed that about you. Like all your stuff's funny that comes out. And I think now you're doing a new avenue. So you're like, you just want it to be great. Which is a natural feeling, right?
Yeah, I think it's just scary because you don't know how it's going to be. And you did it out of order. So it's like... you
paid for it first.
Right, you pay up front, you do it out of order. It's just a fucking horrible business deal, really. It's bad.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, anyway.
And if it flops, it's the worst thing ever, right? Like you're fucked.
Right. But unless you also tell people up front, like, hey...
It's a shit.
Right. Or it's pretty good. Like this guy was great in it. The story, when we wrote the script, it was really funny. We thought it was funny. So... There's a lot of bad shit out there. I think it's as good as that shit.
Yeah.
And I haven't even seen, But if it comes out horrible and then they have all these quotes of me saying this, is going to be alarming. But I don't fucking know, dude.
There was a lot of cool cameos, right? Diaz brothers, I saw.
Dude, yeah. Even just getting the Diaz brothers was in there, dude. And they...
What were they like? Because I know those boys. Those boys are fucking rowdy. I've partied with those boys. They're always just looking for scraps.
Oh,
like,
dude,
did they assault anyone on set or no?
There was some... I would say light abuse or whatever.
Light abuse.
Yeah. Nothing domestic. Like if a cop pulled up, he'd kind of wave it off, but he'd flash his lights, but still drive off.
Right. Just like a little flash warning.
Yeah, just a fucking warning.
That's
like,
kind of what you want from the Diaz brothers.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Were they all there, or what was the gang like?
There was. They had a Tesla that has had weed smoke coming out of it, and every now and then another Diaz brother would pop out of it. It was almost like one of those clown cars. But these dudes ain't fucking clowns, bro. I'm not saying that at all. If they were the insane clown posse, dude. That's who it was. And
I didn't expect them to drive Teslas.
It might have been court ordered. I don't want to say something like that. I don't know.
Like the self-driving aspect.
Well, and then the state gets to control where it goes.
I see.
So I don't know. I don't know some of the issues that they're dealing with. But the funniest part about it was, so I'm trying to tell Nate Diaz because the only reason I ever got to go to UFC was David Spade brought me as his friend.
Really?
Rogan had brought me before, but the way that I think got to maybe meet some of you guys and meet Dana and stuff was that David Spade brought me.
Wow.
So anyway, he and I have a good connection about UFC. David and I'll watch the fights together sometimes. So we had this part in, and it was like, dude, what if Nate Diaz would do it? And we're like, no way, he would never do it. And then, so one time I'm at the fights, it's probably like 6 months ago or something. And Nate Diaz I think he's leaving the fight or something. So I walk up to him, and I don't really know him that good. I've kind of cheered him on and stuff, but I never really talked to him too much personally.
Yeah.
And I was like, Nate, hey man, we wrote, and it always sounds like the cheesiest shit. We wrote this movie. We thought you'd be great. You start, as you're saying it, you just want to fucking come on your own back type shit.
Yeah.
Because what you're saying seems kind of gay,
Yeah.
But anyway, what I don't realize is he's trying to talk to me. He's getting thrown out of the fucking venue, right? I didn't realize this was happening.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I still had no idea. He's walking. He's and I'm wondering why he's leaving in the middle of the fights, and we're kind of walking towards the back door. And I'm like, oh, he's fucking leaving. And he's like, all right, I'll talk to you later. He's like, yeah, we'll talk later about it or something. But then later I saw a video online, a clip, and you could see he's literally getting escorted out by security.
I don't think he ever leaves normally.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
He's always getting escorted out.
I didn't know that. Yeah. He is the only guy that I know that has security, but it's not his, right?
Yeah. And those boys just love to naturally
oh yeah.
They're just looking for a scrap.
Yeah, they just getting to be around him was awesome, dude. He let us FaceTime with his kids one time for a little bit, and getting to see other parts of his personality. It was all awesome, right? But I didn't realize, I saw a clip then. you can see him get escorted out, and I'm trying to talk to him. I didn't realize at that moment he was getting thrown out of the venue or whatever. So I kind of came up to him and tried to pitch it to him at the craziest time.
And was he down at the time?
I mean, I don't know if he was.
I guess it worked out, right?
Because he's yelling, but he threw a water at somebody, you know? He's fucking yelling at something. So it was like, but yeah, anyway, it ended up working out. So, but yeah, it was just cool, man, just to get to be around him, that he would do it. You know, they came and they showed up. You know, I think they were excited about doing it. You know, him and Chris Avila, who is a friend of his.
Yeah, I know Chris.
His boy Andrew came. They had fake cocaine on set. He did a couple grams of it.
That's good.
Which is like, hey, dude, that might be worse for you than real cocaine.
Did he look experienced or no?
I mean, he looked like he
little
fucking,
bit, right?
Yeah, he definitely,
He's been nose down on the counter for sure.
He looked like, yeah.
He's been a vacuum for sure.
He definitely looked like if he had a bunch of cocaine stuck in his lungs, probably. Like when he passes away or whatever. Like say he dies early or something, and I hope he doesn't. If they donated his lungs to a kid or something in the hospital, that kid would fucking he'd take off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It wouldn't be a good lung donation.
I mean, I think if the guy's gonna be the next David Goggins or something, you know?
Yeah. Not necessary.
Yeah. But yeah, the kid's lungs would definitely be pumping.
If you are into crypto or you're thinking about getting into crypto, you guys got to try out the Moonpay app. Moonpay is the easiest app by far to buy or sell crypto. What I love about Moonpay is they have literally every payment provider almost on the goddamn planet. They take Apple Pay, fucking Venmo, PayPal, credit card, debit card, even straight from your bank. I don't know any other crypto app that takes that many payment providers. And if you're holding different cryptos like Bitcoin, Solana, ETH, whatever you have, you can track all the prices in real time on the Moonpay app. You don't got to switch around to different apps. Moonpay is available on the iPhone App Store and the Android App Store, or you can sign up on moonpay.com, and I'll put the link right in the description. We're doing this thing called Moonpay Mondays every single Monday where we just give $1,000 away in Bitcoin. All you got to do is just DM us on Instagram or X at NelkBoys. DM us your wallet address. Shout out to Moonpay, the best crypto app in the game. Download it right now. Send us your wallet address. Get a chance to win $1,000. Easy money. Let's get back into the pod. We were just when we saw our good friend now, Conor McGregor. We just went to see him in Ireland.
Really?
Yeah. We went to for St. Paddy's to Ireland.
Oh, you were in Ireland for St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, we just came back like 2 days ago. So that's someone we both chilled with at the inauguration.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I'll tell you this crazy story. So my friend Megan just texted me. She's like, I was at the Washington Memorial or something, and some guy came up and said, will you take a picture of me and my family at the Washington Monument or whatever? And so I took one, and then he took one for me, and then she goes, and then he left, and then I realized it was Conor McGregor.
No way.
I'm like, she literally 40 minutes ago sent me that. But dude, that was crazy, right?
At the inauguration?
Yeah.
I mean, it was so cool. Like that bus ride with just, I mean, we got, shout out Alex B, our boy too. He was the one that set you up too, right?
Alec Bushowitz, John Shahidi. Yeah, that was awesome, dude.
I mean, me and Theo got on the bus, and then we're with the Paul brothers, and then Alex tells us that Conor McGregor is going to be getting on the same bus as us.
Yeah.
And those guys have like, they've been chirping on Twitter for fucking years, right? So I was like, holy fuck, are we going to be on the bus with all three of these guys? And it was actually a great bus ride.
Well, I was sitting over by Evander Holyfield, dude.
Oh.
I've told this before, but one time I'm at the airport. I'm in Chicago, and walking down the terminal, and they had a McDonald's right there. And they had some tables by right kind of by the terminal walk where you're walking. And Evander Holyfield sitting right there. And he got him some fries. He got some extra fries or whatever. So his mouth works, but it doesn't work, you know. After your mouth's been hit a lot, your mouth doesn't work as much.
It's not the most functional mouth.
Yeah, he almost would be better maybe one of those throat holes or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're fucking...
Yeah.
But at the time, he's working these fries just through his, like a paper shredder.
Right.
Putting them into his face, right?
Yeah.
And there's a sister working down at the Cinnabon. I clocked her about 70 feet earlier. And... because she had the long braids, and they were all getting caught in the fucking frosting and shit, you know, and she's just whipping that shit around over there, you know, fucking slanging C-bonds. This bitch is on it, right? And so, beautiful bitch, sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, I start hearing her run down the terminal, dude. And so, she runs right up by Evander Holyfield, and she looks at him, and she's like, I used to watch you wrestle.
With frosting on her hair and shit.
Said to him, dude.
It's getting on his mouth and shit.
And then she fucking did 6 of those, dude, and fucking disappeared into the fucking just 6 hairspins disappeared. But no, it was just this crazy moment where a girl thought that he was a wrestler. Like this guy got his face, he was a world champion, got his face beaten in and out of his own skin. And then it's just crazy how times, like, no matter what you do to some lady, you're just a fucking wrestler.
That's it.
You're just
even after achieving all that.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're fucking Sigmund Freud. You a fucking wrestler. This motherfucker used to wrestle with E. coli or whatever. Or like, what did he heal?
I don't know. Something. Evander Holyfield?
No, Sigmund Freud.
Oh, Sigmund Freud.
Yeah.
I don't even know who the fuck that is, to be honest. I actually really don't.
So we're on the bus, dude. And yeah, it was just a lot. And everybody's wearing winter clothing. And so that's always a lot, even in its own right. For me, it was the first time
you were a fan of my fit too, right? You said on your pod?
Bro, best looking I'd seen you.
I just feel like the chicks, they kind of have that soft spot for guys that commit business crimes. Like, what was that fucker that got arrested recently?
Oh, Bankman-Fried?
No, that guy looks like shit, though. The other guy, the better looking guy. Not that I look like him, but the chicks were all over him, so.
They were?
Yeah. I also went to Tom Ford, too, and the lady there she fucking rinsed me, bro. Like, she was so good looking. She could have sold me air. So
really?
I kind of got taken advantage of a little bit, but yeah. You know, like when that happens, kind of?
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah.
Like she could have sold me fucking anything and I would have probably bought it.
Oh, dude, Miss Robin, when I was in kindergarten, this lady, Miss Robin, she had kind of like feathered hair, right? Like she had hair like kind of a professional wrestler, male.
Like one of those hypoallergenic dogs?
Yeah, kind of like an Australian Shepherd, and they haven't gotten its haircut yet, right? Like fucking
right.
Really cool. She used to let me go outside and watch her smoke on her smoke break. I was the only kid. Like the other kids in there were shitting on themselves and learning a couple letters or whatever, and I was just fucking knew the whole alphabet, dude.
So would she warn you or just kind of give you like a head nod like,
yes.
I'm going to go?
It was like kind of nap time, and everybody else would kind of lay, and I would fucking keep an eye open, and she'd give me that.
Right.
But it was just like, yeah, it's crazy the kind of shit a woman can get you to do.
Right.
You know, I'm standing out there with my fucking young lungs, just fucking catching secondhand smoke just to be around a woman.
Right.
But the inauguration, it's just crazy. The whole thing is, I mean, just top to bottom, all of it was crazy. The fact that we got to go to it, right?
Like, why were we there? Like, we didn't need to be there, right? We didn't. We both got a fucking shout out in the presidential acceptance speech too from Dana. What was your reaction when you saw that?
Oh, I was still awake because I'm watching, you know, it was like, and I started getting texts from people, and I was like, oh my God, what just happened? It was kind of scary. Then I was like, it's like 1:30 in the morning. Nobody's up watching this probably.
Meanwhile, everyone was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I start getting texts from people, old teachers, ex-girlfriends, moms, you know, how are you? You know, Ramona's divorced now or whatever, just shit like that, like trying to get me to pull up. Yeah, it was just, I'm trying to think of what I feel about it.
Because the older ladies too, that kind of turns them on. Like when they saw that.
Oh, they think,
One thing I noticed about you too, like even at the inauguration, the older ladies too, you kind of do something to them that fucks with their mind a little bit. Like,
you think so?
They really like you. I noticed that, yeah. Everywhere we went at the inauguration, like wives would be with their husbands, and this girl was like melting over you. Like I think her husband was like getting a little upset, but then he probably was a fan of you too.
Oh, that's got to be crazy
it's
weird, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty cool though.
The husband's like, don't fucking be over there talking to him. Let me go talk to him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna go tell this guy what I think of him. Then he comes over and he's just fucking bullshitting.
Yeah.
About
what else was cool about that? We were having
well, just the whole thing still, dude. The whole thing to me was crazy. I mean, like
half hot chocolates, half coffees.
Oh,
Conor McGregor invented that. That was a good little potion.
He's like, oh, you want to go to the special area for it, boys? Fair play, lads.
Yeah.
Fair play. Want some fucking chicken broth?
Yeah.
And we're like, what is he talking about?
Yeah,
you know?
no clue.
And it's and when you hear an Irish guy talk, even though he's the most powerful leprechaun that's ever existed.
Ever.
When you hear an Irish guy say there's something secret somewhere, there's something really magical about it. You know?
Yeah.
If it's a Chinese guy or something.
Right. I didn't think of why that was so magical.
Like there's something secret somewhere.
Because that was an off-limits area. We snuck into this area.
Crazy.
They had no food. They had no water.
Yeah.
And we discovered this magical little area with Conor McGregor.
And it's crazy. And when you walk with Conor McGregor, they just kind of let it. It's like he's like has clearance or whatever. Like there's like military people. A drug dog was even like to him. Like everybody just a fucking drug dog gave him clearance. I was like, who even knows this dog, you know? But yeah, so then we're back in some special area, and there's like people, there's military personnel back there eating rations. They're cooking little things on like little Bunsen burners on the fucking carpet and stuff. I'm like, and I think that's because the previous administration wasn't taking care of them. Yeah, everybody, like, yeah, they had this like some hot chocolate. It definitely changed the energy up. But dude, there were people in there that were governors, mayors, rich people.
Rich people.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that was the thing I didn't like. It's just
too many rich people.
Yeah, there's some rich kid. My dad is fucking, you know, the ambassador of milkshakes or whatever.
A lot of kids like that.
Yeah, a lot of fucking victims of fucking money slurp lords in there.
But it was cool. It was a cool experience.
Bunch of tax break monkeys in that bitch,
oh my God,
you know?
so many. I had a great time. I mean, what a once in a lifetime experience.
Well, still, the whole thing seemed like a dream, because also you always hear, for me, like you hear about politics and like you hear about, but you don't really know if like what really happens to those things. You see it on C-SPAN. It's just like a bunch of like white people just like walking around and stuff and wearing suits and everything. But then you're there and you're like, this is crazy, dude. You didn't see at the end of our row was Mayor Eric Adams, dude.
I know, he was in our row, the mayor of New York.
Yeah.
I think it's just about money and sex at the end of the day, right?
You think?
I think so, dude. I mean, it seemed like Mayor Adams was there to get laid.
What?
I think so.
Boy, he was not. There wasn't any chicks on our row.
Then he was there for money.
There was Danica was on our row.
She was on our row. Nice lady.
Oh yeah, she was nice.
She's locked up though.
Yeah.
Yep.
She had met her boyfriend actually 1 year earlier, she said. I think maybe on New Year's she met him, but she was, yeah, actually she was super cool. That was cool. But yeah, the whole thing was just bizarre. It was like, I hadn't seen the Paul brothers in a long time. So when do you see them? And then when do you see, you know, you and I'll cross paths probably way more than them.
Yeah. And then Conor was just the fucking wrench in it all.
That was crazy. And then you have then you have, you know, and then Logan fight, you know, it does mythological fighting, whatever it's called, professional wrestling.
What's your take on wrestling?
Oh, I think it's awesome.
You
man.
like it?
Yeah.
I can't get into it.
Really?
No. Did you watch it growing up?
Oh, dude.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. In our neighborhood, everybody watched it. Everybody looked like a wrestler. The men, the women, the children were kind of fat and wore like small tights.
That sounds like a nice neighborhood.
And this was a time when people were just fat and you could wrestle.
Right.
Like that kind of era is a little, it's not what it used to be.
No, they're all like jacked and shit now, right?
It used to be.
And now it's all the TikTokers coming into the WWE and stuff too, right?
It used to be if you had buck teeth or whatever, you could, you know, it was like, you just had to have one thing, you know,
right.
Blind Johnson or whatever. And they had a blind brother in there just fucking, and he still whoops some ass.
Or the pink
dude.
guy from set.
Yeah.
Just like one little dysfunctional thing about yourself.
Oh, Ass Watkins or whatever that guy's name was. Conjunctivitis fucking Johnson. He's in that bitch. Yeah. Yeah. It used to be if you couldn't read or whatever, they'd be like, No Words Wilson is fighting this weekend or something, you know?
Now everyone's a fucking scholar.
Yeah. Now everybody, it's like, it's just, you know what I just realized? I think there is room for more of a real type of wrestling to come back a little bit. Because everything kind of things kind of go and get too fancy, and then that's when something else is able to come along, and I think is a little bit more connected to the roots.
How so? What would you do differently as like the creative director?
I'd go back to people, some real sideshow type people.
Yeah.
Fucking no arms Young, you know, a Chinese guy, 0 arms.
Right.
His finishing move is just a soy sauce missile or whatever.
Yeah.
So he fucking fills his mouth with soy sauce, right? Climbs up the rope somehow, has no arms, right? That right there, that's awesome.
Right.
Climbs up, jumps off the fucking ropes, and fucking headbutts somebody while they're laying in the middle.
So just more disabilities and like Chinese food involved in the entire act.
I just think you need more grassroots type of shit. Sometimes things get a little too glossy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's become, I see what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, but we love the wrestling, dude. That was like one of our favorite things. We have one of the Von Erichs is coming on.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that.
All right, guys, if you're making money online or doing any type of e-commerce and you are not using Shopify, you're making your life way harder than it needs to be. Trust me, I would know. You guys saw how crazy our Full Send merch drops got on fullsend.com. The secret was the business behind the business was Shopify, and they were there for us every step of the way. Shopify is not just for the big brands. It's for anyone that just wants to sell more and sell smarter. Shopify is the #1 checkout on the planet. And with Shop Pay, their new feature, order, conversions can go up by up to 50%. That's way less abandoned carts and way more sales. With Shopify, we're actually offering a sweet deal right now. With purchases of over $100 or more, you guys are gonna get free shipping. Go check it out on fullsend.com right now. If you guys go to shopify.com/fullsend, you can sign up for a $1 per month free trial. So go to shopify.com/fullsend, $1 per month free trial, and take your business to the next level today. How big was the Trump interview for you as a moment? That was I think that was the funniest interview I've ever fucking seen in my life. Yeah, it was so funny. I mean, when you brought up the cocaine makes you feel like a mechanic, like just to the future president and the former president.
Oh yeah,
it had me and all the boys howling.
Oh, thanks, boys.
Because it kind of is. It's a true thing. Like the cocaine that makes you feel like kind of like a mechanic. So I just thought it was a funny line. I saw that clip everywhere.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I think it kind of surprised me a little bit. I mean, I was talking about this the other day. One of the things that messed with me, it messed with my own ego. It made me think that I knew something about politics too, which was like a little bit of a weird trap. You know, it's like, oh yeah, I'm a political guy now, you know? So that was like kind of a little trap that I noticed that I kind of fell into like at the beginning of this year. Just like getting, you know, like your own ego will sometimes trick you kind of. I'd had a couple of podcast episodes that week already, and I was so tired that day. It was just like, you know, you have that day sometimes you're like, this is not the day for anything.
No, but you killed it. I mean, what's that at? Over 13 million?
Is it really?
I mean, I haven't checked in a while, but last time I checked, it was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, I thought it was interesting.
He's fucking hilarious.
Oh, did you see the address to the Congress? It wasn't Congress address. What was it? Can somebody look it up? He just did it like about 1 week ago. It was
we don't have a producer guy. That none of them are capable, but
yeah, I'm kind of shocked by that a little bit.
I know.
Yeah, there's one guy fucking eating over there. I'm like,
he's eating a fucking Chipotle bowl.
Is this Sunday conversation?
The audio's barely fucking working.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was like the joint address to Congress. It wasn't.
I know what you're talking about.
It was a couple weeks ago, dude. That if you watch it, especially at like 1.5, it is that's the funniest hour and a half of television I think I've ever seen in my life. There's like this white guy that keeps fucking dozing off. One team is only allowed to like say how they feel like on little signs or whatever. Jimmy Snuka was in there. They fucking threw him out, dude.
Was that the cane guy?
Yeah. I'm like, what is he doing?
What the fuck was he doing?
I don't know. Yeah. It's like he was upset about something that happened in Hawaii or whatever, I guess. But yeah, dude, Trump's fucking hilarious, man. I'll say this. It's way more entertaining, I think, when he's in office. But yeah, just the whole thing to me was bizarre. I think it was bizarre how it felt like you got so close to politics. That was the bizarre thing. Because politics always felt like this invisible space you couldn't get into, and you have to be an elected official to be around this thing. But then you start to see, well, a lot of elected officials, it's like they're getting lobbied from certain places, and so many people are like the family unit is gone. Fucking both parents are having to work 2 jobs. Minimum wage fucking sucks. Nobody can stay alive on it. The number one cause of bankruptcy in America is medical debt, right? We're being fucked over by our own fuck. So then you start to realize, oh, well, that whole thing is this fucking system. So since we don't work for anybody, you start to become like one thing gets too glossy, and then this other fucking grassroots thing starts to become not more respected or anything, but it's just like that starts to become the new avenue, I guess. And I wasn't thinking of it like that, but it just kind of, I think I'm still just shocked that we got to be that close to it.
Yeah.
And that we were there, and yeah, we're all on that bus. And I was like, this is really happening.
Crazy. So that line in the thing, the mechanic cocaine line, what region do you think in the world or the states probably just has the worst like cocaine?
Mexico.
Mexico?
I think Mexico has horrible fucking cocaine. I'll say that shit right now. Fucking fake ass Colombia with that fucking shit. It helps you paint. I don't give a fuck. Dude, yeah, my buddy and I bought a wet, like 2 wet grams of Mexican cocaine once, right?
Oh, yeah.
And my buddy.
Just like morning dew on the bag?
Just, no, all the stuff was wet. It was wet. It was fucking wet. And the guy we bought it from was wet. I'll be honest with you.
He just showered.
Yeah, I don't know if this dude was just a humid guy. This dude was humid, and yeah, so we got this shit, and we're trying to like we're trying to dry some of it out of the microwave and shit at this motel we're staying at. So Mexico shit is trash, dude. It's killing off so many Americans. Where's that shit coming from? The fentanyl.
I know, apparently China, right? But I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. So the Chinese are over there just making fentanyl purposely to poison people doing cocaine? I mean, I guess it's possible, but it seems like a lot of effort.
Yeah, and I wonder, I don't know if Chinese people would do that. Maybe their government would do it. But like, even if I'm a human and somebody's like, hey, we want you to produce fentanyl, like what human knowing what it does to people or whatever would still make that, you know?
It seems like it might just be cheaper to make and they might just be mixing it together in Mexico, right? Like the damp guy's probably like, yo, I want to save a few bucks. I'm going to mix some fentanyl into this cocaine.
Yeah, give me 2
Make it a little
humidifiers
wet.
and
These 2 idiots are going to do it regardless.
Right. Yeah, dude. So that was, I think they have bad cocaine. I'm trying to think, you know, I've always wanted to go on a cocaine tour or whatever it's called, where they take you to all the cocaine places or whatever. I don't know.
How about up north, Canada?
I just got back from there.
Yeah.
British Columbia.
You were in Vancouver.
Was there last night.
Yeah. They love cocaine up there.
Do they? Do they?
Yeah, they love it. Especially in the wintertime.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Everybody there is just, they got fucking, some guy, they're all fresh fished out. Everybody's fucking got fish on them. You want a fish? Some guy started talking because he had fucking 6 ounces of fucking fresh salmon in his lip.
Really?
Couldn't even fucking hear him. Yeah.
In Vancouver?
Some guy, yeah.
He was like Holyfield?
Yeah, fucking yeah. I used to watch him wrestle, dude. I mean, yeah, I love Canadians, dude. I would love to get, you know, I always have a dream that I would meet my wife in Canada or something.
I think you could meet your wife up there.
But yeah, Victoria was awesome, dude. Victoria, BC, out there on the island.
Did you see any whales?
No, we didn't at all. Everybody's pretty in shape up there, too. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what there are up there? A lot of Chinese, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend told me that. We had a racist driver that was driving us around. He wasn't racist. He was just like, you know, he would occasionally say something that was, you know, I knew.
Racist to Asian people?
He just was like aggressive about some of the histories that had occurred.
Okay.
But yeah, so he was talking to us about just some of the different influence that had happened in Vancouver and in British Columbia over the years. And there was a lot of Chinese folks there.
I mean, being racist to Asians is just, I don't know. I feel like that's a little uncalled for. Like, they haven't done anything that bad.
Oh, yeah. I don't even do that. I mean, I'll do, you know, I have a couple groups that I've like, yeah, I don't think you should do racism. That's my big thing now.
Yeah.
What do you get out of it? Yeah, you get to feel good about yourself for a few seconds.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, it's just, you're just being a dick.
Yeah, and then you don't have a lot of friends that are different or whatever. And it's just, there's no money in it.
There's no money in it. No, there's no money in racism.
Yeah, it's like.
There used to be.
I mean, I don't know, dude.
I mean, I think there used to be probably. Like
It
back in the
depends.
19 whatevers.
Depends on what history
It was
you
probably a
believe
good
in.
business back in the day to be racist.
Maybe there was. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I'm not saying I condone it, but.
No, I would love
Probably
to
a
get a
great
racist
business.
historian of racism on to even look at what that's like and where it's at. Because I think a lot of it's fucking gone. I think
gone.
some people
I
have
think,
issues
yeah.
with different cultures now, but it's just because
But
those
you're never
cultures
gonna be able
are the
to-
way that they are.
And you're never going to be able to completely eradicate racism.
No,
Like
and
ever. Like you can't eradicate murderers. You can't eradicate rapists.
Right.
Racism's always going to be there. But I think people love each other right now more than ever.
yeah, I think now if people don't like a certain type of person, generally, they still will give us someone in that culture an opportunity. Maybe they just don't relate with that culture as much, you know, or something. So it's a lot of times I don't think it's racism. It's just might be like, it's not really, you know, that culture. It's, you know, that's not the most funnest culture when I have, you know. So it's like, I think it's just people making choices that so it's not racism. It's just people like being like, nah, that's not really some shit I want to be around.
One thing I'm a little sketched about the Trump thing is this whole tariff situation. Because I'm Canadian too.
Yeah.
I'm just getting a lot of flack from the Canadian people, you know, like with the whole tariff shit. What do you think about it?
Well, I'm a Winnipeg Jets fan. I want to say that out
Oh,
loud.
really? How'd you become a Winnipeg Jets fan?
Because I met Josh Morrissey the other day, dude.
Okay.
Is that how you say his last name?
Think so.
How can you have 5 guys here nobody can look up anything? Unfucking
We just don't. We
believable,
should step
dude.
it up. You're right.
Just fucking get on the Wi-Fi, somebody. I met the captain of the Winnipeg Jets the other day at the hotel that I was at.
Oh,
and
so
he
you
was-
just became a Winnipeg Jets
yeah.
fan.
And then though I saw somebody in one of their jerseys and the shit looks tough, bro.
Fuck. I wish you were a Leafs fan. Toronto Maple Leafs.
It looks so tough. I'm not.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I'm a Winnipeg Jets fan. But one thing I was like, I think some of the Canada America stuff, the beef part is good because it's fun for fucking sports. That shit's fun. And in truth, I don't think any real Americans and Canadians would ever hate each other, right?
I don't know. I think Canadians hate Americans right now.
Really?
I mean, how was it when you went up there?
Great.
Fine. Yeah. Well, they probably love you. But I think the appetite for Trump right now is not the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Canada just needs good. They need like a new leader ASAP. It's just been a fucking. When I grew up there, it was totally different than it is now.
Really?
It's just different. It's just a different. Yeah. I mean, people will come out of university and like everyone that all my friends that went to university, it's like tough for them to get a job. And if they do, they're making like 50K Canadian a year, or like around that ballpark, which is like 40K US. It's tough to get a job there. And then, I mean, a lot of immigration.
We are just seeing right now in Sweden, they said they're having immigration issues. Do you see that? Like their crime has gone up, and because I guess they opened their borders after like people got evicted from another country.
Yeah.
But I think they're having issues with different cultures not melding into different cultures.
Right.
So what starts to happen with that? That's what, because I think that's something you're seeing in a lot of places. You're seeing it in Ireland. You're seeing it in
Ireland. I don't know. I was just there. I saw there was only white people there.
Really?
Yeah. And they're all drinking stouts and fucking being Irish, running around. Having a good
no
time.
women either.
No women. No women in Ireland.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Here's what I say. Ireland, I don't know if the women are hostages or whatever. Release the hostages, dude. Release wherever the women are. Dude, I'm like, where did you guys all come out of?
I don't know. Maybe they're in Conor McGregor's hidden back room in his bar or something. I don't know. So we went to his bar while we were there.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was really cool.
What's it called? Dark Owl or whatever?
Fucking Black Forged Inn.
Black Forged Inn.
Yeah, it sounds like a horror film or something, right?
Yeah,
But it was
Forged
cool.
Inn.
We pulled up there, and like before we could even get in the restaurant, he fucking jumped onto the bus. Fucking couldn't understand a word he was saying, but we followed him into the bar. You know, he's pouring his stouts. Everyone's there. Everyone's kind of looking at him like they're waiting for him to hit someone or something like that. And then he has a little a room called the 40% room, where it's like only 40% alcohol. So we went back there, took some shots.
Is that it's a lot, huh?
It's a lot, yeah. It's a lot.
Because American drinks are 7. What's Happy Dad? How much is that?
5%.
This is 5%. It was 40%.
40. But that's a bottle of liquor, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that would be crazy. And there's always a lot of rumored about drug use from him. Did you notice any of that or no?
I don't know. I think he's just amped on life. I think I would have known if he was like severely on blow.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like that. It seemed like he was just pumped up. I mean, we were supposed to go to his soccer game the next day, and he just completely no-showed. And then like everyone's like, yeah, he's still out partying. So it's kind of like, yeah, this is what Conor does.
Right. He's able to keep going.
Yeah. I'm just pissed he didn't invite us, but
To party more with them?
Well, he just said he was going to take his kids to the car, and then we just didn't see him again. So maybe that was code for something, though.
Taking my kids to the car?
Yeah.
I hope not.
That's yeah, I know. I don't know.
That's not code
maybe
for
that was
anything.
Irish code for
what?
I don't know.
Hey, I'm taking my kids to the car. Like, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Dude, I'll say this. When we saw him at the inauguration, because he's like one of those people, it's like, you don't realize you don't think you'll ever get to see Conor McGregor until he literally pops up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And he's just super energetic. You can immediately see why he is a star, right? You can see like so much charisma. And I don't know if you could fake that much I don't think drugs doesn't create that. When I've seen people doing drugs, it's like
cocaine can enhance, but it can't create.
Right. It's not going to keep you there where you're like so I've never really felt that, but the only time I saw him was that day we were around the inauguration. But anyway, you just always hear that. I probably shouldn't even be sharing rumors like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know anything. But
it's a known rumor on the internet. So
yeah. But I didn't feel like that when I saw him. I just felt like, wow, I can see why this guy is at such a level of stardom or charisma or attraction, because he's just a fucking he's just a magnet, Yeah, dude, Ireland is great, bro. There's nobody better than the Irish there. But yeah, no women. But yeah, they're all drunk. You fucking do in a pet shop. There's 5 guys in there drinking, no pets, right?
Yeah.
Went to a pet store, 0 pets, 5 guys drinking in there. Every business you went in, no furniture store, no chairs, no fucking sheets, nothing. Just 3 guys holding each other up.
It's true. There's not a lot of staff.
There's no
staff anywhere you go.
It's all beer. You open up anything. You go to the bank. I'll press the ATM, dude. 7 ounces of beer came out of it.
But such nice people.
Oh, great people.
Great people. Well, because they're not working, right?
Yeah, everybody's just fucking vibrant culture, But yeah, I think with the whole inauguration, I just couldn't believe that it happened. I think it was all fascinating to see, because I didn't realize that. I just knew that Dana White had connected a lot of dots to help Trump. And because they've had a friendship over the years,
Yeah.
and you get to know Dana, and you're like, this guy is, he's,
they're very similar.
He
Trump
makes
and Dana.
stuff happen. He keeps stuff going.
They're both like just winners. Like they don't accept no. I think they both get a kick out of proving people wrong too.
Mm.
Like when the media is against them, they're like, "All right, watch. I'm gonna fucking prove you wrong."
Wow.
That's what I notice.
Yeah, that's the thing about Trump. You can't say it's like say whatever you fucking want about. It's like the guy, like he want. What are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? At a certain point, yeah, you can not like the Patriots if you want, but if at a certain point you still are angry about some fucking the plays they run and shit, it's like they're winning.
They're winning.
Yeah, but yeah, that was interesting the way he connected everybody.
He did so much. Yeah, he's been plotting on that for quite some time.
And I don't know if it was him plotting as much as it was him just like, these are people that I enjoy being around.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were all around each other, you know? And so then you at least are making connections with people.
Yeah, Dana probably helped TR's up. He helped TR's up. He probably helped Aiden Ross too.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So it's pretty much like, and then ultimately Joe Rogan was just the absolute bomb that would just, I feel like that won him the election.
Well, I think by them going on it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, Kamala had the worst fucking game. They didn't have any fucking game plan. They're disconnected from people. It felt like to me, they didn't have a stress. Nothing felt
like
super.
They didn't think it would be a big deal going on Joe Rogan. I feel that's how out of touch they were. You know?
Rogan has done so much for the community of comedians and UFC people.
Uh-huh.
Like, you know, we get to go around those guys sometimes and get to talk to them. I mean, those guys are warriors. The fact that he's done a lot of that just by his own inviting comics to come and be at the fights. Introducing comedians and people in the UFC, you know, letting us be around that world of his. Because what if comics would have come around and made an ass of themselves or something? It would have probably reflected, you know, might not reflected poorly on him, but it, you know, but he's just done a lot, you know, for that whole group.
I mean, no one's been a longer term fan of the UFC than Joe Rogan too.
So it's crazy.
Sick that how long he's been supporting the fucking sport, right? Since like day one.
I know.
It's fucking cool.
Yes, you gotta like. I just respect guys. If their instincts are that good, it's like you gotta fucking respect them.
What's the biggest thing you've learned from being friends with Joe?
You can't really lie to Joe Rogan. He remembers everything. You know,
like an elephant.
Yep, he just has a memory that's unprecedented. I don't think there's anybody in the world who could do what he does. So I'm just thankful that he found his way to it because I think he's given a lot of us information. Like, and then in clips, information from episodes. So it's like digestible where people have been able to like learn things, learn about health, hypothesize about aliens, create conversations with their friends, physical fitness, history, all these different little things that, because the library got kind of gay a little, you know? It was like a lot of lurkers in there, dude. A lot of low-key fucking dudes tricking out their own dick in the toilet rooms or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But he became like this human library kind of, you know?
That's true. I didn't think of it like that.
And he like started serving the library just fucking a couple chapters at a time.
Just took over the library. Kicked out the gay librarians.
He's like a library. So he has information. So it's like, yeah, he just has like such a wealth of information, you know? I wonder what it's like to have that much information. Did you even feel more dense? Like as a person, like
How did he learn it all too?
He just remembers.
He must read a lot.
I mean, he must. I don't know what he does. Is he fucking up at night staring at the moon, asking for information? It's just like he has so much information. You know, you're like, how did a person get it? It's fascinating.
And he's doing a lot of other shit. So it's like, how does he have much time to consume all that information, digest it, and then also transfer it to the world? Right.
So yeah, I think that's one thing that I find is just getting to be around him is like fascinating, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's like an interesting thing. And then I got to see him and his daughters and his wife at the inauguration. That was cool because they're just out that night. They were just having fun. And just to see him like joking around with his family and just being like this family moment, but they're all dressed up and like the daughters were all excited and his wife was, you know, his wife's so funny, dude. So just to get to BS with them in that environment was like, that was probably one of my favorite things about the inauguration, actually. I think I saw y'all there too at that party.
Yeah.
Because we'd all kind of like met up in one little space.
Yeah.
So just like something like that was kind of cool. Because every time I see Joe, he's kind of working, to be honest. Like even if at UFC,
he's working.
You don't get to catch any moments with him. It's like he's doing this, then he runs into the thing. You're like, no way he's gonna get this guy's name right. He gets it right, you know. Because some
what
of those
a great
guys,
trio they are too. Cormier, John, and Joe.
Yeah.
That's like the goated fucking commentary crew of any sport.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick. Cormier's hilarious too, and John's an absolute beauty.
No.
And they just fucking love it.
It's so
they just
perfect.
Love it, right?
I know.
You could just feel it.
Yeah, I had a kind of a little daydream the other day. What if Joe ever left? It almost brought a tear to my eye. If he ever, just like the whole thing's so perfect over there. It's like this perfect like thing, you know. I love getting to go watch
I
that.
know you go for the prelims.
Oh yeah.
You're fucking that's badass.
Well, it's the greatest fighters in the world.
Yeah, I know.
Because otherwise, I'm just waiting. Or like, when else do you get to see a great fight, dude? What? Like you? Oh, yeah. When I was growing up, you have to wait around your shitty apartment complex until somebody fucking cheated on somebody, and then the men or women would come out there and fucking fight. But it wasn't sanctioned. And it was like fucking 30 seconds.
Right.
And somebody always called somebody a faggot at the end of it. If it
Yeah.
was men or women,
Yeah.
I want to say that. But yeah. So, and I'd show up for that. I'd fucking stand out there for that. You
Right,
know?
Exactly.
So of course, if these
This
are
is
the,
guaranteed. You don't have to wait.
these
It's
are the
gonna
best.
happen, right? Yeah.
And that would maybe get one person gets hit with a broomstick, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So like to not see these fucking, and then the different styles of fighting, you're like, oh, that's interesting.
What's one fight you want to see this year?
Well, Poirier, I think, is going to fight again. I'm trying to wonder, who does he fight? Say if this is his last match, right?
Yeah,
Say
which
if it
he's
is.
kind of said, I think, a little bit.
I think he's flirted with that idea. I believe that's out there. Somebody look it up. Great.
Yeah. Thanks, boys.
Thanks, fucking dude. But yeah, so that one, it's like, who does he fight again? You know?
Ilya Taporia might fight. I don't know if it'll be him, but I feel like he's gonna fight someone lightweight other than Islam.
Yeah.
Maybe Oliveira.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you start to forget some of the different people that are in that division. Because Oliveira's just, I'm trying to think when he fought last. Oh, he didn't fight too long ago, I don't think. Chandler should be back in soon. I don't know
Chandler's
if
fighting in Miami.
He is?
Patty Pimblett.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, I got to meet Patty Pimblett.
How was he?
It was cool.
He's cool.
Yeah, it was just cool because, you know, you just see their face and you're so curious about him. And then
He's an entertaining guy.
very entertaining.
But I feel like he was kind of on this trajectory of stardom.
Mhm.
Not that he's not a star, he's not talented, but he kind of disappeared a little bit. But maybe it'll pay off in the long run. I don't know, but he kind of disappeared a little bit, right?
Well, I think something got a little subdued there, but I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's hard to know.
Yeah.
Like, did some other fighter kind of pop in that was taking some of the steam? Did he take a fight where it didn't get a ton of attention, and so that's kind of what
His
happened?
last fight was really close.
Oh, that's a good one too. That's a
Yeah.
good point.
People say he lost.
Some people say that he lost.
Yeah.
So I think him against Chandler is going to be great.
That'll be
That's a
big
great
fight. That'll be a
fight.
big fight for him. And Chandler's a huge star too, right?
Oh, Chandler's great, man. Chandler's one of the hardest working dudes. I go to the same gym as him.
Oh shit.
Um,
What's that like?
It's
You can't work out next to that guy, right?
I mean, you can work out near him, but you don't feel. Yeah, you definitely feel like you are.
That guy's a
Like you
specimen.
have spina bifida or whatever,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's like he's, and no offense, I know people have that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying you feel like you are not, you don't have the same blood as him or
Yeah.
something. Or
He's
the
never
same,
done damn cocaine, right?
Yeah, he hasn't stayed up doing cocaine. Yeah, it's
No.
like
He's
you
never had a
realize
weapon.
that you are not a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
Pretty
You
quick.
can see why, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then hopefully John Jones fights this year.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, and I think that's one thing. It's like people say is the UFC, or they do. What are the new stars going to be like? They've been on such a torrid run of momentum and stars in the past decade.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, I mean, I've only been paying attention for 7 years, so that's the only reason I say that much time. So no discredit to anybody before that. That's my own ignorance, really.
So what's next for you? Just continuing the pod, and you're excited for the movie? Is there anything cool coming up?
I'm going to the Grand Ole Opry for the 100th
Oh
anniversary.
yeah, it's your birthday tomorrow too, right?
Yeah.
Happy early birthday.
Thanks, dude. I'm taking my mom to the Grand Ole Opry for the 100th anniversary. She was there like 45 years ago or something with her ex-husband, who I never met. I would like to meet him sometime in Florida, so we can both see if we think the same things about my mom. But yeah, I'm excited about that.
What do you like to do on your birthday? Are you like a chill guy, like cake, no cake, or just?
Oh, I think it'll just be cool, you know. I think Jelly Roll's performing.
Oh, sick.
Terry Clark, Trace Adkins. There's so many great. Pull that up. There's so many great performers that are gonna be there, you know. And so, and you don't know. I mean, Ernest. You know, I'm sure Hardy. You know, just some of the guys that I buddies with, and then just some of the heroes. Oh, Garth Brooks is supposed to fucking perform.
Oh shit.
Shirla McGuire, whatever that lady's name is. Tabby Muppet or whatever that, or Moffat or whatever. Who else? Maybe Jesse Murphy will be there. I'm just, you know, so I'm just, and I know my mom loves country music, so, and like kind of bluegrass. Who's that?
Blake Shelton.
Blake Shelton.
There we go.
Blake Shelton.
There we
Okay,
go.
all I'm saying is, dude.
We finally get some info.
Well, if you're Canadian, won't you hire a couple?
It's in Latinese. Oh.
Post Malone.
Post Malone.
Sorry, dude. This is, and I know I'm being racist or whatever.
I heard he's getting a bar here now too, Post Malone.
Is he really?
Everyone just.
What do you think about that?
I thought his country. I mean, I don't know how his album was received in the country world. I personally thought there was tons of bangers on it, and Post Malone's fucking super talented.
Oh, Post Malone's a legend. I mean, what do you think about
everyone
guys
getting a bar?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't pass one up if I was offered one, so I can't really hate on it.
Yeah. Does Happy Dad have a bar?
No, we're not allowed to have. You can't name a bar the same name as the alcohol. It's called like Tide House laws. So there's all these weird alcohol laws, like so many crazy ones with like marketing and that's one. So you can't have a license to a bar and also sell alcohol.
Oh, that makes sense kind of, because then all the bars would just be like Miller Lite or
exactly.
Bud Light or whatever. Or Happy Dad.
Exactly. But it would be sick if we could.
It would be cool, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, it's kind of interesting. It's easier for me to talk if I'm not the host of it. Do you notice that?
Well, because I'm asking you shit. Why?
Yeah.
So do you get nervous when you're more interviewing people?
Oh, that's harder.
Yeah, interviewing people.
But this, you have to do more.
Yeah, you have to do way more.
Yeah, I'm just realizing that.
Yeah, because I guess you don't go on many other people's pods.
Not a ton. You
go on Joe's though.
I owe my friends. There's some of you that I owe buddies to. So, and yeah, I have some friends pods that I have to go on still. Some I'm just waiting for them to hit me back about it. But and they will. They're just like Tim Dillon. We had such a fun podcast when he came on mine. He's
fucking hilarious too. Tim Dillon's hilarious. You and Tim Dillon are the funniest.
Tim Dillon, I think, is the funniest. I believe he's the funniest podcaster. But I don't know. There's different types of podcasters. He's great. Tim Dillon is the funniest, dude.
You're fucking hilarious, though, too.
Shane Gillis is great. Well, it's sweet of you, man.
Yeah.
Shane Gillis is unbelievable. Matt McCusker, who's with Shane Gillis in Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast, he is amazing. There's so many great ones, man. I know. It's interesting. But it's kind of interesting, like, that podcast is a thing. I don't know. But then I feel like sometimes when we're sitting here talking about it.
It's like a whole world, like, with all you guys kind of under the Joe umbrella, right?
Yeah, and people are like, oh, sometimes people are like, you guys are just like sucking Rogan's cock or whatever, I mean, or or cocking his balls.
Not to be gay, but if you're gonna suck one person's cock, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or just stand by his cock.
Yeah, I mean, you want to be in the vicinity of Rogan's cock.
Yeah, just because you also don't have to. You can just stand by his cock and watch his cock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't even have to suck it.
Yeah, exactly. That's a way better hypothesis. Yeah. People always make the hypothesis.
Anyone commenting that if they had the opportunity to be in the vicinity of Rogan's horn, they would take that opportunity. I believe.
I've thought about it. It's like you want to watch somebody who does something great.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's why you like watching the UFC. It's why you go to the prelims early. It's because you want to see people do it the best or learn from them.
Why does that get annoying? Those like people saying that.
No, I just think it's interesting sometimes, and I think,
sorry, you can't support a friend or what? Like,
but yeah, it's like if somebody bears a path or is like, you want to learn from the best at something,
mm-hmm.
And then also you have to learn you can't do it like them. Like maybe you admire an artist, and you're like, oh, I can't do the same art as them. But then, well, what do I kind of do? What or how do I do my own art well? I think. Because there was a while, certainly, where you get caught, or I don't know if I got caught up in it, but I was like, you have to do it like Jodo. You have to fucking wake up and bathe with ice or whatever, and like, wash your eyeballs out with fucking, mollusk spit or whatever.
Semen,
yeah, or just fucking, it's like you gotta fucking, And then you have
that shit burns, right? Probably.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh God, yeah, dude. I don't even like that new wedding cake creamer that they have or whatever.
What's that?
It's like some new flavor that they have from one of those companies or almond. Some of that fucking gets me too activated. but yeah, I'm just saying. You're like, yeah, I want to watch the best do something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that makes sense to me.
But yeah, just so lucky, man. Sorry I came in here and talked so much. I'm just kind of shocked at it.
No, we wanted you to come talk, bro. We appreciate you coming on. And no, I know we've been trading favors, helping each other out, and no, I just
thank you guys for the support
Theo
over the years.
This guy's such a great guy too.
So. Well, thanks, dude. Thank you guys for the support over the years. I've loved seeing you guys do your thing and be creative and like have different hosts in and I still communicate with Jesse too sometimes,
Yeah,
man.
me too.
And just seeing like the guys that you brought in and like seeing their different like trajectories and then getting to watch their personalities and stuff. It's been entertaining, dude. And Shahidi that works with you guys has helped me so much. I wouldn't have a career.
Yeah, shout out to John. Shout out to
John. I wouldn't have
great friend.
a lot of the opportunities I had if you guys hadn't been supportive of me. So thank you, bro.
Awesome.
I really appreciate that.
Shout out to Theo Vaughn. Best guy, funniest guy on the internet, in my opinion. So we appreciate you coming on. We'll see you soon, I'm sure.
I used to watch you wrestle, baby.
Let's go. My guy.